Alright, welcome everybody. What's up? My name is Assess the Threat. Welcome to another DGBA Poison Point Power Rankings, another season. I got Killer with me. Say hi.
Hi everybody, KillerASCII.
How are you doing?
I'm okay.
Okay.
Better than you apparently.
Yeah, better than me. I'm kind of sick, but that's okay. I'm going to pull through this and then, hopefully I don't get worse by tomorrow, but we'll see. But yeah, we got season 5 of Poison Point, and why don't you tell them how we did the ranking and stuff for this?
Well, you see, we thought about things, but seriously,
I hate you. I hate you. Okay.
ATT and I both came up with our own lists, and a friend of some of the coaches this league, because the PRs took so long to come out, which we won't talk about, came up with their own list, and all three of these lists were averaged together to make what you see here. So if none of these make sense, it's because nobody agrees on them in the first place.
Yep, that basically sums it up. So we have the worst team, or I don't want to say the worst, but the least good team is going to be up right next, and we're going backwards. So if you think your team is
from the bottom.
Yeah, start from the bottom. If you think your team is going to be good, you're going to have to wait. All right, we got Dyla first, or last actually at 16.
As far as I know, this is one of the only ones we have a consensus on, really.
Yeah, it's one of the few consensus not great drafts, I think, because you have the Celesteela, Medicham, or Mega Medicham, Cursola, Tapu Bulu, Seismitoad, Florges, Slowbro, Rabombi, Electros, Stunfisk, and Guzzlord. And the first thing that I thought of when I looked at this team, I was like, this team just looks like a bunch of side mons, and there's really no pressure. There's no key Pokemon. Be like, okay, this is what my team is built around, other than the Medicham and Bulu probably.
And the Celesteela, I would say as well.
Bro, yeah, and the Celesteela. And so, I was just like, that whole fit kind of didn't seem right to me, and that's why I had Dyla at the bottom. What about you?
Yeah, definitely the threats are very lacking, and it doesn't help when you take round 3 Cursola.
Mm-hmm.
Because that's just a lot of mons that are disappearing off the board.
Yeah, round 3 Cursola, I don't really agree with.
In a free draft especially.
Yeah, especially a free draft with so many new mons and new things to new toys to play with. Cursola is one that he picked. I don't know.
Yeah.
And then picking Stunfisk and Guzzlord at all. I don't care what round it's in. Picking Stunfisk or Guzzlord in a free draft.
In a free draft, yeah. But especially Stunfisk with Electros and Seismitoad.
Yeah, he kind of already covers up for
everything it does.
Yeah, so I don't know necessarily what the thought process here was. I will say I do think Dyla is a good coach, so maybe he can make
he'll win games with this team for sure.
Yeah, which is crazy, but I don't.
We're only ranking the teams here. We're not trying to guess records.
Yeah, that's not yet. But yeah, that's the biggest issue that I had. So what about you? Anything else that you want to mention?
That's definitely an issue. There's also his offense is not very good in general. As we mentioned, he doesn't have many threats.
Mm-hmm.
His second fastest Pokemon is Mega Medicham, which means that unless he wants to run Scarf or Bombi, his fastest possible Scarfer will be Voodoo.
Yeah, which is not very good.
And a speed gap between Mega Medicham and Voodoo is also not very good.
Yep, especially at that tier of speed.
You're gonna have to deal with Adamant Darmanitan and stuff, and that's no
not good.
fun to deal with at all. So he's going to need webs in almost every game, and he's probably gonna need Trick Room.
Yeah, one or the other, for sure.
And yeah, Trick Room. I mean, he looks like he'll be okay in Trick Room. His Cursolas are pretty cool at setting its own and abusing it. Slowbro's pretty good at setting it and not dying. But,
yeah, and then he has the Guzzlord, I guess, could be pretty good. And
I mean, it's the only other mon that really abuses it that well.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think anything else is slow enough.
Yeah, even Celesteela is low-key too fast.
Yeah. Also, yeah, pretty much.
Mm-hmm. That's basically it. So, if that's all you had to say, then I'm going to move on to number 15, which is Wolf Turds. First of all, this name is cursed. I hate saying it. Every single time it pops up on my screen, I get mad. What the hell, but yeah, he has the Aegislash, Blastoise, Mega Altaria, Grimmsnarl, Cresselia, Araquanid, Bolton, Poltergeist, Cradily, Hippowdon, and Staraptor. What do you think about his team?
Well, I have this team 14th. I don't know where you had it.
Mm-hmm.
And I mean, I think that the gap between Dyla and Wolferts is honestly pretty big
Yeah.
in terms of their teams. The one thing I noticed right off the bat is he has a setup Pokemon on this team.
Yeah.
Like, especially for the top half. He's got,
Mhm.
like, SPH Slash, Shell Smash Blastoise, Dragon Dance, Cotton Guard, Mega Altaria,
Yep.
Volt Up Grimmsnarl, Calm Mind Crest. Then you even the Shell Smash Poltegeist and, like, I don't know, a Curse Credilli or something.
Yeah. Or Ancient Power if you want to be a god.
Another bit of issues with speed, though, because his second fastest Pokemon is the Staraptor.
Mm-hmm.
So he's gonna have some issue with faster Pokemon that don't care about Volt Hunt.
Right.
But he does have webs, which can help, fortunately.
I think the webs are going to be really, really important on this team. Just because of like the way some of his mons work. Like like other than like Poltergeist, I know works really well with webs. Something like Aegislash and Staraptor, like they're good and they're fast, or like they're strong, not really fast, but like you.
Well, Staraptor is.
Yeah, Staraptor is. Aegislash is not. But having the webs, especially for Aegislash, is going to make it a lot easier if you want to run like an SD set instead of having to run Autotomize or having to run Sneak and stuff. I mean, you'll probably be running Sneak anyways, but you're not going to be forced into it.
So here's the issue with this team and why I have it so low. Where's his immediate power?
Mm-hmm.
He has 3 bonds that are actually strong without setup.
Mm-hmm.
He has Aegislash, he has Mega Altaria, and he has Staraptor.
Yeah.
Maybe you can make an argument for Arachnid or like Grimmsnarl, but that's like it.
Yeah. No, I agree with you. I have the team a little bit higher.
He's not very good at abusing the webs anyway.
In certain ways, yeah, in certain aspects. The best thing, like a lot of his mons, like all the setup mons, maybe except for Blastoise, can probably like force a switch and get a free setup, which is...
Oh yeah, Mega Altaria especially.
Yeah, Mega Altaria is really good at that. Poltergeist actually is probably not, but Poltergeist I feel like with the weak armor and the stored power set that you see a lot on like ladder.
Poltergeist also kind of abuses the sticky webs better than most of his team.
Yeah,
there.
yeah.
He might not need to be shell smashed in some matchups.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you could probably run like a spec set.
Specs, Life Orb, Focus Sash, I don't know.
Yeah, there's a lot of different ways you could use it. Even though it's like gonna run pretty much the same set or the same moves, but the way you can play it would be slightly different. I think that's cool.
He won't be relying on setup necessarily.
Yeah.
Because of his webs.
Yeah. I really like the Grimmsnarl here, being able to get the screens up, the prankster screens, because of all the
setup.
Yeah, it works really good with all the setup. So that's why I had Wolf Turds a little bit higher. I think I had him at 10, not really this far down, but I can definitely see why he's back down here.
I can see that. I was just like, I don't like his team seeming a bit one-dimensional with all this, with relying on the setup. I feel like it's easier to prep for because he doesn't have that many options.
Yeah, for sure. I agree.
Like, he's going to be relying on Staraptor and Aegislash to punch holes in. And these mons don't have very many leads to play around with.
Right. Yeah. I don't know what... I don't see really the point of the Credilli on this team, like, at all.
I guess he wanted a grass type. That's the only thing I can think of. But, like, in a free draft, Credilli is not a round 9 Pokemon.
Right. I'm sure there's better mons.
Oh, he needed a rocker, though. Actually, look at his rockers. It's
until then? Yeah, but then Hippo, like, then why wouldn't you have picked Hippo before Credilli if you were looking for a rocker?
But that's the question, then. Why did you pick Credilli before Hippo?
Yeah, that's kind of more so what I meant.
Because he didn't even need a water absorber, because, like, Arachnid is taking scalds for years.
Exactly. Altaria could probably eat some scalds, too, if you're running, like, a facade set on it.
Or if you're special, yeah.
Or if you're special. So, that's kind of what I was a little bit confused about. But, I mean, overall, his team is, like, kind of all over the place, I think.
Yeah.
Okay. Alright, if you have anything else, or don't have anything else, let's move on to number 14.
I don't think I do.
Okay. That's going to be Napi with the Brooklyn Bayonets. Mew, Tyranitar, Excadrill, Zapdos, Superior, Mega Slowbro, Aromatisse, Noivern, Blacephalon, Venomoth, and Surfetched. What do you think?
So, but you had the last team higher. I had Napi at number 9, actually. I like this team more.
I had him higher than 14, I think, but not too much higher. I think I had him like 9 or 10, somewhere in that range as well. Somewhere in the middle.
Interesting. Cause like Mew is just really good in this format, so that's always a good sign. Getting
Mm-hmm.
Mew.
Yeah.
Sand is crazy good. Zapdos is stupid. Um, I like the Mega Bro Aromatisse more, especially with the Zapdos.
Mm-hmm.
I think that's just a solid 3-mon defensive core in general.
Yeah, I agree.
His speed tiers are actually surprisingly consistent. Like
Yeah.
you go up from like a Excadrill up, there aren't too many gaps, and you get all the way to like Noivern. It's a pretty good fast mon.
Yep.
It's a bit setup heavy, like the last team, but I don't think it's as bad.
It's not that bad. Yeah.
Because you have like Blacephalon, Tyranitar,
Mm-hmm.
even superior to an extent, Noivern somewhat.
I think
Surfeit.
so. The biggest thing with me was that okay, his first 5-6 picks are really solid, and then after that, it's just a bunch of Pokemon that are very one-dimensional, and they're very easy to prep for. Like something like Surfetched, I feel like if you even manage to bring it, you're gonna be doing the same exact thing with maybe the Bandit set or like Life Orb set or a potential
Yeah,
SD
it's a
set,
wall breaker.
and that's it.
It doesn't need other moves.
But it's not even a good wall breaker, at least in my
I
opinion.
don't think it's a bad wall breaker at all, honestly.
I haven't seen anybody use it very successfully. Maybe
I
can
just
prove me
haven't
wrong.
it.
That there you go, because you know it's not very good. That's why people don't use it. At
Well-
least in my opinion.
Yeah.
But that's like kind of what I thought. Like Venomoth, yeah, it's gonna be the same Quiver Dance set every single time. And now that you know,
But it's good at what it does. You can run Sleep Powder sometimes. It has multiple viable abilities. Like
It
you don't
does.
need Tinted Lens for a week. You could run like Wonder Skin to dodge taunt and stuff.
yeah, for sure. But that's kind of why I had him a little bit. Like I said, I did have him a little bit higher because same thing. I thought the Slowbro Aromatisse was really good. I like the Noivern.
I
there in the
also
middle.
think a lot of these Pokemon have a way to get around their answers is another thing. Like a
Yeah.
Romatisse can't be haunted, so basically they have to switch into it.
Yep.
Noivern and Blacephalon can trick items onto their.
Yep, onto their fat counters. Yep. And like again, Excadrill is just one of the best Pokemon.
Very annoying.
Yeah.
I don't think it's a round 5 Pokemon, but it's still very annoying, and I think it fits the team.
Mhm.
Like, I don't think his team is quite that one-dimensional as long as he plays it well.
Yeah, yeah. A lot of this is probably going to come down to how well he plays his team, which again, I try not
Also,
to
it's hard
factor
to
in.
call a team one-dimensional when there's a Mew on it, to be fair.
Yeah, I agree. Mew is like 100% just one of the best Pokemon in the format, no matter what, every single time. I think it got even better in Gen 8 with the new TMs.
Oh, with all the hazard stacking, it's disgusting.
Yep,
Psychic Fence is cool, too.
yep. Psychic
And
Fang is
Dragon
cool.
Dance? Oh,
Yeah.
God.
He got a lot of new cool toys and stuff. It gets like CC now, so that's like you know
Yeah.
good.
Anyways, I think that's everything I have to say.
Yeah, that pretty much covers a lot of things that I had to say. All I would like, the only other thing I wanted to mention is that if you're running an offensive Excadrill, which you probably will be a lot of the time, then Zapdos is kind of pressured to be your defogger always.
Zapdos is an amazing defogger, though, so that's not even an issue.
Yeah, no, it's a great issue. I mean, it's a great defogger. It's not really a big issue, but that's just something I noticed because I think I had Zapdos last season, and I really liked using it offensively, honestly, more than a defogger. But I guess that's like personal preference type of thing. All right.
I just know, somebody will probably bring up how many times somebody will probably count how many times I bring up OLT here, but it was basically my only removal in my OLT team, and that did not stop me at all.
Okay. Yeah, for sure. It's gonna always. It's
And
like.
especially with heavy-duty boots, so it doesn't even take rock chip out.
Oh yeah, I honestly I kind of slipped my mind right here, but yeah, you're right. The boots are gonna be really big on Zapdos.
Yeah.
Okay. All right, moving on to number 13, Duggal, and I can't even say his team name on this in this
Yeah,
video.
he's lucky we're putting the logo up.
Yeah, whatever. Mega Scizor, Tapu Fini, Latios, Thundurus, Deoxys Defense, Conkeldurr, Snorlax, Nidoking, Volcanion, Rillaboom, and Aerodactyl. What do you think?
Well, this is about where I had him. I had him at number 12.
Mhm.
We're at 13, so I don't think it's quite this bad. I mean, there's a Mega Scissor right there. That's a good thing right off the bat.
Yep.
Without Hidden Power Fire, this thing is just so much better.
Right.
He's got a lot of good mons in general, with the Tapu Fini, Latios, Conkeldurr, Nidoking. My two big issues are, well, first off, I don't like Snorlax's gen without, like, Pursuit and without Gluttony.
Yep. Well, he has the gluttony, but it's like without the
Well, yeah, without the
berries.
50% berries.
Yeah.
It's only 30% or whatever.
Yeah.
But I think the biggest problem is, like, look at his speed tiers. He has a gap from Latios to a triple base 85.
Yeah. His speed tiers are kind of...
It's pretty gross, honestly.
Yeah.
Having to deal with, like, all these mods
Yeah.
that don't have to care as much.
Yeah, they don't have to run speed natures anymore. They can afford to run
Like,
either
imagine,
adamant or
like,
modest
like
or whatever. Yeah. Yeah.
Or like modest Keldeo.
Mhm.
Those are not pleasant.
Yeah.
I mean, the team's not bad. It's just like weird, and I don't know. He's missing a lot. I mean, he's got good breakers. I guess he's a bit setup low too. Like he's got what SD Scissor, Nasty Plot Thunderous,
Yeah.
Calm Mind Latios,
Calm Mind Lottie, you could probably
and what
like,
Hone Claw's Arrow. I guess it's enough.
and like bulk up Conk if you want to go that route. And then Snorlax, if you're running it offensively, it has to be set up. It has to be some kind of curse.
Curses for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know. It's fine. It's just kind of. I don't know. It's weird. Like, I expect more from a team with Mega Scissor. It's just
Yeah.
not well.
I
I'm not
agree.
sure why.
I think it's a very aggressive team because other than the Feeny and the Deoxys, none of these mons are really like, oh, that can switch in and take a hit and pivot around. Like all these are just like offensive threats. Maybe the Snorlax could be thrown in there as well, but that's kind of what I think. Well, and the Scizor, and the Scizor is always gonna, that's gonna eat.
Yeah. I guess I'm also just not a big fan, so that doesn't do as much for me as it might for other people.
Mhm. Yeah, at least that kind of covers it from me. Is there anything else that you need to?
Yeah, I didn't have much to say about this team in general.
Yeah,
so.
me too. Okay, all right. So let's move on to number 12, which is Dave and the Conks. What is it? Chicago Kongs? Maybe that's his team.
I think so.
Cause I think that's like the Cubs logo or whatever. But Cinderace, Tapu Koko, Weavile, Skarmory, Scolipede, Runerigus, Vaporeon, Dragonite, Gothitelle, Hitmontop, and Mega Kangaskhan. What do you think?
So this is another team I had higher, actually. I had this all the way up at number 6.
Oh, okay, interesting. So why don't you go ahead and tell us why you're so high on this team? Because I think I had him at around 12. Because I like the Cinderace Coco.
Yeah, Cinderace, Coco, Weavile, I think it's just a crazy top 3.
Yeah.
In terms of just huge offense.
Yeah.
It's obviously, like, it's a very weird looking team because he drafts, like, on the one hand, he has a ton of, like, hyper offensive mons with Cinderace, Coco, Weavile, Scolipede, and Dragonite.
Yeah.
And then on the other hand, he has a weird defensive core like Skarmory, Runerigus, Vaporeon, and
Yeah.
Hitmontop. And then he's got, like, Mega Kang, which can do both, and Gothitelle, which fits on any team. And
Right.
honestly, I just don't know really what wants to deal with both sides of his team at the same time. Like, I think he'll have good balance skills almost everything, and he could also go with strength or strength like that if he wants to. And Gothitelle's always great, and with the weird changes to this gen, it's a nice win con for things that are trying to beat his other Pokemon.
Right. No, I see that for sure. I think I had him lower because I think Weavile got nerfed a little bit. Coco got nerfed a little bit. Cinderace is great. When I was like looking through his draft, and I went round by round. The way I kind of thought about it, like he drafted 3 offensive mons, and then he's like, oh wait, I need a defensive Pokemon now, and so he picked Scarf, and then he went back.
That's
like,
a very weird thought process for sure.
Yeah, I feel like maybe he's
But you
just...
don't have to know what you're doing to draft a good team. So.
No, that's for sure. Like I agree. I just don't think a lot of these mons kind of fit with each. Like in a vacuum, I like almost every single Pokemon on his team. I just don't know if they would necessarily fit together. Plus, he doesn't have like.
I will say, Vaporeon is going to be the crutch, the crux in all matchups because it's his only defensive Pokemon with momentum,
Right.
and also his Wish Passer because most of his walls do not have it. It's only the Vaporeon and the Scarf.
Yeah.
So it really is going to depend on how well he can do with the Vaporeon.
So the biggest issue I had, you're bringing the Coco. Coco's gonna be setting up that terrain, and it's naturally just gonna entice more electric moves to come at you. But your two biggest mons, your best defensive mons, Garm and Vape, are not going to like that. You have Rodriguez, but that doesn't have recovery, and you can easily be worn down. And so I think that is really going to be or it could be
See,
an
you look
issue.
at it as he has Coco and he's enticing electrics. I look at it as he has Coco who took one of the 3 best electrics. So
That's
one
also
less he has to play.
that's also a good way of looking at it. That's for sure. But I just think electric coverage is something that a lot of Pokemon get access to.
This is true, but I'm thinking like if you look at like Zapdos, he has answers to that with like Dragonite and Mega Ken. Like I don't think he's going to that much trouble against most of these electric types, in all honesty. But really, that comes down, and he always has Dragonite as well. So if not Dragonite, Gothitelle. So
Right.
if one Pokemon is just too threatening, he can just trap it.
Yeah. I can see that. I just think he's gonna struggle with some of that. Just because his team, in my mind, doesn't fit 100% with itself. That's it. But
I agree that it is lacking in synergy, but I also don't agree that it's necessarily bad because I think that everything does just combine in a way to make it decent.
okay.
I think you'll. Yeah.
I mean that's fine. We don't have to
Like,
agree
he
on
has-
everything.
He has blanket offense and blanket defense. So
Yeah.
I think
Yeah, he does. And I don't. When I'm building, which is very rare, I don't like to build to begin with. But when I am building, if it's like for a tournament or whatever, I don't particularly like using those blanket offense, blanket defense mons. But I guess that comes down to preference a little bit, so that's okay.
you just have to know what your team is bad against and compensate.
Right. Yeah. That's it.
So I guess I have faith in Dove and just if this places it.
Okay. All right. So let's move on to number 11, which is Cena the Denver Decidui. First of all, I really like that logo. I want to point that out. I don't know who made it, but it looks really nice.
It was probably Thunder.
Maybe.
Or Bolt.
I don't know,
But it's
pretty
good.
Yeah, it's pretty
Sure.
clean.
Spicy.
Like a Denver Nuggets style logo. But Zygarde, Clefable, Terrakion, Suicune, Reuniclus, Mega Aggron, Incineroar, Jolteon, Roserade, Swellow, and regular Rotom.
So I had him actually exactly at 11. So
Okay.
I don't know where you had him here.
I had him at. I think I had him a little bit higher. I think I had him at like 7 or 8.
All right. So why don't you tell us what makes his team so great, or so not?
Well, the only reason I kept having him around the middle, because I kind of used Cena's team as a benchmark a lot of the thinking process, because he started off really good with that Zygarde, Clefable, Terrakion, Suicune, Reuniclus. Like I like all of those picks. All those are really good. Then after that,
I agree.
kind of like fell off. Like Mega Aggron is fine. Incineroar is okay. I guess it's okay for around 7. But Jolteon, Roserade, Swellow, and Rotom, I don't agree with those picks in general. I don't like those mons to begin with. Especially the Jolteon in a free draft, where it loses.
Yeah.
It lost Signal Beam, it lost Hidden Power, and so it's literally its only move is Thunderbolt and Shadow Ball. Like that's all it has.
Hyper Voice is a common move on Jolteon.
Okay, I guess.
Like
yeah.
that's all I wanted to say is that Jolteon.
Yeah.
That's the biggest problem I have with him, is that you're basically it's a Tedmon team in all honesty, especially with a Rotom right there. So
Yeah.
it's not even your only electric type.
Yeah, and then so it doesn't have good removal. He has the Swellow and the Rotom.
Yeah, that's
Like
that's
that
definitely-
to me, I was like, It's
And
just kind of odd.
Chip, and yeah, his team is. I mean, his team isn't super annoyed by hazards because he's Roserade to get rid of T-Spikes. Mons or
Yeah.
Swallow.
So, like, for me, literally the only reason I had him above pretty much anybody is because of Zygarde, Clefable, Terrakion, Suicune, and Corks. I just think those 4 mons are so good that they might be able to just carry the rest of the team. That's basically it. If you look at the rest of the team, this would be a bottom, 5, or bottom, it is already bottom 5, but it would be, bottom 3 in my mind.
I think I'm a bit more positive about most of the rest of the team. I really like Incineroar and Swallow. Rotom's okay. I think I know it's unpopular, but I actually don't think Roserade is that bad without power this generation. I think it still has double spikes. It still can be either offensive or bulky, and it has sleep powder, leech seed. It's a really good one. I don't know if it's sleep powder. It has stun spore though.
It,
Sure.
I think it does have sleep powder. I'm pretty sure it does. I feel
Yeah,
like I feel like I've missed enough sleep powders with Roserade to know that it's there.
I mean, I think Megaground's decent, but I don't like that Wish Pass for it are Clefable and Jolteon.
Yeah.
They don't have good HP, and Jolteon's a Jolteon.
Jolteon. It should not be brought the entire season. The Clefable, yeah, it's a pretty solid Wish Passer, but at the same time, you might want to be using it for different roles.
Well, yeah, it's also just it doesn't pass the most HP.
Yeah, it doesn't necessarily have the best Wish.
I also, that's part of the reason I like Swellow though, is because if you remove the Jolteon, that's a Jolteon, it's his fastest spawn,
Mhm.
so he's gonna need it for the speed, and I like it for that. I think it's good for what it is.
Yeah, Swallow does have a good speed tier with the 125. I believe it's 125. It might be 120.
It is.
Yeah.
It is 125.
Okay, perfect. So the 125 is a good speed tier to be at, but I think that like potentially might leave him vulnerable to potential Scarfers.
Yeah, it will, but what can you do?
Yeah, you can't have a perfect draft, that's for sure.
He has Terrakion, which is a decent Scarfer.
Yeah,
Like
Terrakion
an
is a good
anti-Scarf.
Scarfer. Yep.
Especially as an anti-Scarf.
Yeah. And another reason I think this might be a little bit higher had we had Z moves, but Zygarde and Terrakion not getting access to their Z moves is a big blow for them.
But this is also no HP Ice Zygarde.
Yeah,
So
that's a very big reason. That I still had a positive thing on him.
Yeah, like that's a very big buff to it.
Yeah, Zygarde alone, I feel like just makes any team good.
I sure hope the Swarm PRs think the same way.
I don't know. We'll find out. All right, so let's move on
now, I guess.
to Joel, the Nottingham Ninetales, Garchomp, Melmetal, Togekiss, Greninja, Venusaur, Mega, Chandelure, Obstagoon, Mr. Rhyme, Galvantula, Hitmonchan, and Azoth. What did you think about this team?
Well, I actually thought this was my number 13 team. I don't like this one that much.
I agree with you. I think I had him somewhere down there.
Interesting. So we have our mystery power ranker to blame.
I guess so. He probably thought this was
Who's
number
only
2.
a mystery power ranker because I don't know his name and I don't care to look.
That's tough. Yeah, I
But
don't remember
the
his
first
name
thing
either,
I
but
noticed when looking at this is his water type is Greninja.
Yeah.
That's
That's
his bulky water.
That's it. That's his bulky water. It's Gren. It's gonna be AV Gren.
I mean, I've run worse, but
There's
I've
there's
not
nothing
drafted
worse as a bulky water than Greninja.
Oh, I meant I've run worse AV.
Okay, all right, that's okay.
I ran AV Theramosa. It worked too.
I can't even lie. I ran AV Cart one time, so okay. It let me live HP Fire from I think Ferrodorn or some garbage like that.
Bro, Oka barely exists.
Nah, but I wanted the AV just to flex.
But anyway, so when you don't have a bulk water, you gotta look at like fire resist, ice resist, and I don't think they're very good.
Yeah, his fire resist is like okay, Garchomp, but are you
It's
really bringing
Garchomp and
that?
Chandelure.
Are you bringing Garchomp in on any fire type move to risk getting burned? I don't think
And
so.
Chandelure, a lot of fire type coverage for it.
Yeah.
Crunch, Earth Power.
Stone
So
Edge potentially.
It
So like,
also wants to be offensive all the time.
Yeah.
So it doesn't really want to come in.
yeah, so fire resist
And
definitely an
if
issue.
you're and if you're a flash fire, infiltrate, which is annoying.
Yep. So like fire resist is gonna be annoying, especially when you have like the Melmetal, the Venusaur, the Mr. Rhyme, Galvantula. Like there's a lot of reason for people to be running fire coverage versus you, and you don't really have
Yeah. And
a
then
lot to deal
on
with
the
it.
ice side, it's not that much better, honestly.
Yeah, on
Melmetal-
ice.
Melmetal's a decent ice resist, but a lot of the physical ones get coverage for it, and Melmetal doesn't want to take other on the special side.
Yeah,
And then what? Greninja, Chandelure, Mr. Rhyme.
yeah. So, like I said, the lack of a bulky water, because one good solid bulky water, if you had a Suicune or a Feeny or
Even a Jellicent or something.
yeah, even a Jellicent or like
Much better.
Milotic would be good on this team. That's kind of like that would have been enough to bump this team up a little bit, because I think the rest of it is fine, but just that one weakness of a bulky water is...
Yeah, I mean, at the end of the day, he has Melmetal, Mega Venusaur.
Yeah, I that's true.
Also, Obstagoon is super I think it's really good.
I agree.
Like, I think it's really good as far as wall breakers go, and Mr. Rhyme, I want to see that thing do well. He's going to rely on it because it's probably his best ice resist besides Melmetal.
Yeah.
So I hope he does well with it because I don't have much faith in it.
I don't. I tried making it work. I really tried using it, but at least like on ladder and stuff, and I played in OU and UU, and it really kind of just is very lacking in a lot of ways. It's a little bit slower than you want. It's a little bit. It doesn't hit as hard as you want. It doesn't take hits as well as you want.
Than you want. Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, that's why I've actually drafted Gather Rhyme a few times because it's at least faster.
Right.
Still, but it's obviously not bulky like Mr. Rhyme. Like, it doesn't get slack on.
Right. Yeah.
So,
I think the Melmetal is what I'm most intrigued by because we haven't seen Melmetal be.
I don't know how
used.
he got a round 2 Melmetal. I think Melmetal's like top 5 in this generation. I think it's
potentially, and the thing is, we haven't seen it because it's not released, so I don't even know how it plays, and what kind of sets would be good. In theory, maybe like a banded.
You can run band. You can run like a Spadef set.
Yeah.
Side and still kill everything.
Yeah,
you can
pretty
run
much.
Like sub toxic. You can run the acid armor body press set is terrifying.
Hold up, this thing is acid armor and body press.
Yeah.
Well, I know it gets iron defense, so.
Everything. Yeah, but acid armor's better. So.
How does it make? Okay.
Because it has more PP.
But you're only gonna be using 6 PP. And, okay. Anyway, or 4 PP for it. Just plus 2.
But anyways, yeah. Togekiss looks good on the team too. I like webs on this team. I think he needs those webs with stuff like Garchomp and Togekiss.
Yep. And Azelf and the Azelf as well.
Don't forget, like, Spec Chandelure and webs.
Yeah, that's really scary.
Like, I think webs were a great pick, and he got Mr. Ron spin.
Yeah. You got it for spin. I think the screen cleaning is like really cool with it. I think it's very interesting because a lot of people like they're trying to set up their screens and stuff to help deal with some of the offense on this team.
Yeah, like if he's playing the one.
Yeah.
Not the one.
Not the one. One of the was it Dave? No, it wasn't Dave. Was it Napey? I think it was Napey. I don't remember.
It wasn't Napey. Doesn't matter.
One of the guys
playing whoever it was that had like tons of Wolf Turds.
Oh, Wolf Turds. There you go. Yeah, so paying him, and that kind of completely shuts down his entire game plan. Just come in, delete the screens, and punish whatever's in front of you.
Yeah. And then I guess the last thing to say is it's got a fucker in Chandelure.
Yeah.
And that's really nice for webs.
For webs again, yep.
So yeah, I've run out of things to say.
Okay, good, because I have too. So let's just move on to number 9. That's Agronauts, the Chelsea King Pokemon Club, Mega Alakazam, Como-O, Corviknight, Rotom Heat, Inteleon, Celebi, Dusk Lycanroc, Galarian, Weezing, Licky Licky, Bisharp, and Quagsire. What you think?
I think this is too high. I have Aggro at number 10.
Okay, it's one spot, but alright, tell me why.
Well, he started off amazing, dude. Megazam,
Como, Corviknight, Rotom Heat.
What the hell is it Inteleon doing?
I agree.
That Pokemon is not round 5.
Yeah, especially in a free draft. I don't think so.
No, that should not go this early. It's not great. He was okay with his team, but obviously water was more important. Because he gets stuck with Quag at the end, which is...
Yeah.
I think Quag's going to be really good at his team.
Yeah, I do too. I think Quag fits well.
But it's also a very hard Pokemon to use, so if he's bad at using Quag, he's going to jump.
Yeah, and aggro is pretty bad, so I don't know.
Yeah. But overall, I think the team is okay. I wish he had spikes, and I wish he had... Because I think Hazard Stack on the team isn't. Especially with the Defiant Bisharp.
Yeah, to, deter some of the defogging.
Yeah, and he's got the T-Spikes, but I don't think he's the best T-Spikes in his team. Like, his team's pretty offensive as far as that goes.
Yeah, the T-Spikes might just help. Honestly, the T-Spikes might just be used as another rocks, just to get another 6 to 12% chip.
Yeah, but the problem is that one's immediate. So.
Yeah, no, I agree. I just think it could help in potentially breaking sashes or pushing past sashes, and that's about
good,
it.
But I just wish he had spikes.
Yeah, you don't get the main like benefit from T-Spikes with such an offensive team, I feel.
Yeah. So I think he'll be fine. I do, as long as he doesn't suck at Quag.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I just think there's a few things he could do to improve this team, like get a Spiker and get a Pokemon that is P-Tep.
Right. And again, he doesn't really have. Well, actually, never mind. No, I was gonna say he doesn't have a bulky water, but Quag does right there.
No, he is the Quag.
Yeah. Okay. All right. So that covers everything. It's also worth mentioning that Inteleon can get screens, and so he has good options there. Both Inteleon and Celebi also get screened, doesn't
Yeah,
it?
but so does Rotom Heat.
And so does Rotom Heat. Okay, never mind then. That's kind of unnecessary.
Telling it is not getting the screens.
Yeah. Okay. Well, it could be a surprise screen set. Who knows? Aggro's kind of crazy.
I mean, yes, but that's not a reason to draft him.
Yeah. I was just kind of pointing out what.
Next.
Okay, next it is. We got Jeremy, number 8. Landorus, Hydreigon, Manaphy, Gengar, Swampert, Metagross, Silvally, Moltres, Uxie, Diancie, and Mega Heracross.
Yeah, Swampert, my favorite Pokemon.
Yes. Swampert. I don't know who made these.
Has
these lines. Okay, shots to Swampert. Probably.
We'll blame him anyways.
Yeah, I'm blame him.
But I know Jeremy's really upset about this, and I would say I agree, but this is about where I had him anyways. So.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, this is where I had him. Or I had him a little bit higher. I think I had him like top 5 maybe.
Yeah, you had him higher than me because I had him at 7.
Yeah, I think
I
had him at 4 or 5. Yeah.
But our mystery power ranker a bit lower, and yeah.
Yeah. Well, I couldn't tell you why he thought he was so low, but I thought I had him higher just because I think the Landorus and Hydreigon and Gengar are really good in this generation, based on personal usage.
Oh yeah, no, those 3 are crazy good.
Yeah, and I think this is kind of similar to Cena's team. I think it was Cena's team with the Zygarde and Clefable. I think just the top heaviness of it is kind of annoying, but at the same time they're so good that they can probably just carry the team on his back.
Oh no, I love top heavy teams.
Yeah.
That's the way to draft.
That's the way I draft. 100%. That's the way I would draft. I always pick the best mon available for the first.
I will say
3-4
Metagross
picks.
plus is a bit redundant.
Okay.
Like you got 2 bulky psychics with Stealth Rock and stuff. Feels a bit.
Yeah, but I think on this team you're treating Metagross more of just a steal because it doesn't have another
clearly
steal.
Bulky steal.
Yeah.
Yeah, but like I like Rock's Metagross, so I'm not sure how often.
Yeah, for sure. I think
He isn't doing much if it's not setting rocks.
I think the Silvally is actually really good on this team.
Oh, absolutely, because it just plugs any hole.
Yeah, exactly. Like Silvally, in general, I'm not the biggest fan of, but I think with the multi-attack
it
boost,
got really buffed this gen.
Yeah, with the multi-attack buff and access to some new moves, I think Silvally is definitely worth picking.
Yeah, and he got it at round 7, which I think is great time.
Yeah, I think that's great value for it.
I think Moltres is really good now with
the boots.
You don't have to worry about defogging in order to not lose half your health.
Yeah. Which is funny because Moltres is probably the best defogger on this team.
Well, there's a Hydreigon right there, but
yeah,
obviously neither of them want to run.
Right.
The big issue I have is that we mentioned Moltres and Hydreigon are his best. They're also his only recovery on this entire team.
Mm-hmm.
Like, his team does not have very much sustain. So
Yeah,
he is not equipped for a long battle.
Right. And I think, unless Uxie probably gets Healing Wish, but other than that...
Yeah, but you're still losing a Mon.
Yeah. Yeah. So that's about it, which is, not the best... that's not very ideal. At the same time, since his team is so aggressive, it might be okay.
Right. But I mean, like, it makes him a bit vulnerable to being stalled out if that was to happen.
Yeah.
It's just a weakness that this has.
Yeah, you definitely want to try to keep your Mons alive as long as you can. That's kind of how you play
Yeah,
Pokemon.
you kind of win by keeping your
Yeah.
Mons alive opponent.
Yep.
And I guess the only other point I really have is, I don't say this very often, I wish he had webs at this team.
Yeah. Webs would be great for, like, the Landorus and the Hydreigon, and it would even help,
And
like,
Gengar
the Heracross. And the Heracross.
Yeah, the Mega Hera, which was, like, not talked about at all.
Yeah.
But he's really nice here. Like, everything's really nice. He's got a lot of nice, like, turn with like Sylvain and Lucy and even
Yeah.
potentially your Manaphy.
Yeah, and even the Hydreigon if he wants to,
Yeah, but he can also run that as a fast turn with that.
Yeah.
Stuff.
Yeah, he has a lot of turning options, which is great for something like the Heracross because you can bring it in and just fire off some.
That's huge. Or for Gengar as well.
Yeah, even if you want to run a Gengar, yep.
Or for like a Specs Hydreigon be super.
Or a Landers even.
Yeah, well, Landers is Landers.
Yep, Landers is Landers no matter what. That's going to be one of the better mons.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm impressed he got round 2 Hydreigon.
Yeah, me too.
But that's all I got.
Okay, alright, so let's move on to number 7, who's the one Frostcavern Froakies with the better Landers T, Victini, Barraskewda, Sylveon, Kartana, Thundee, Megalodios, Nihilego, Chansey, Scrafty, and Orbeetle.
Oh, it's a better Landers, you say?
This is the best Landers. This is the best of the Oruses. This is the best of the Therians. This is my father.
Alright. Well, so I actually had this extremely. I had this at number 15.
Okay.
So,
Alright, so let's see why. Because I had him around this middle tier. So let's see why you.
Alright, well, first off, his bulky water is Barraskewda.
Okay.
Like we just talked about bulky water red.
You know what? maybe Barraskewda is the worst bulky water.
Yeah, you'd be hard pressed to find one person without digging into NFTs.
Yeah.
So like Lander T, Sylveon, Megalodios, right? Like that's good, and that helps because he's gonna need them to switch into like water and ice and fire moves. Especially when he has like he's pretty weak to ice. Like his ice resist is 15.
Mm-hmm.
And Barraskewda. That is his only ice resist. And while you might think Nihilego and Chansey, Nihilego got hard with like losing hit power.
Yep.
It was already bad against Steel. Now it's
Even worse. Mm-hmm.
And while no HP ground is, it doesn't matter if you're just walking.
Yeah.
And then Chansey. I utterly Chansey.
I hate it.
This Pokemon is just so easy to build sets to abuse, and it can be turned into like if somebody has a Chansey, that is their most spot.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's it's one of those mons that's gonna constantly kill your momentum, no matter what.
It doesn't even just kill your momentum. It allows it to either it either allows a wall, it allows you to set up a substitute.
Mm-hmm.
Like there are a lot of games that were lost because you had a chance to set.
Yeah. I think I had him somewhere in the middle because I think the Lando T, Victini, Kartana, Latios, all that stuff. Maybe that's like personal bias because I've been using these mons forever. Because like I'm an OU main, whatever, and so I think that core enough. That's kind of why maybe it's like a personal attachment to those mons.
He only has like 8.5 Pokemon on this team. Kind of my issue. And while I really do like a lot of these teams, like I think those first 7 are pretty good in general. Although Thundurus also got nerfed pretty hard. No hidden power. I think it had Signal, but doesn't now. That sucks too. Also, why is there a Scrafty at all?
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know.
What was the Scrafty for? I genuinely am unsure why either.
It might be for the Intimidate, but that's all I can think of.
I don't see why Intimidate was so important, especially with
Landorus? With the Landorus T?
Yeah, he's got Lando already. He doesn't need it.
So I'm not necessarily sure. But
I do like Ward. I think Warbield's actually like I think it's pretty good as webs go. And with Lando T, Victini, Kartana even, and Thundurus, I think that's really good.
And the Megalodios loves webs.
Yeah, of course. Also, his best defogger is Lando T or Megalodios, which is not a...
And Kartana, his best defogger is Scarf Cart. Scarf Cart is the greatest defogger of all time.
Okay, no. Thundee is better.
I don't think so.
So, like, he's a bit, like... He has that. Might have, like, especially since Thundee's not running boots and stuff. Victini can run boots, but then he can't Scarf, which is annoying.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you definitely like the Scarf, or even the Bandit on that.
Yeah, I even use... Yeah. Like, I used to like to run Assault Vest, but that's not... thing anymore.
AV-15 is also pretty good, yeah.
Yeah, but not with boots.
I'm just mad at the pick round 3 Barraskewda. Barraskewda is good, but it's not round 3 without rain. Like if it was on rain, okay. Barraskewda on rain is a monster.
It's okay if he just wanted it, but I don't think he supported it very honestly.
Yeah.
Despite the good amount of momentum, I don't think it does anything he needs. It is his fastest Pokemon, so that's
No, his speed tiers are pretty solid, I think.
Oh no, yeah, I'm not upset. Like maybe this team isn't 15th. It's just like having that pick 9 and pick 10 just utterly repulsed me.
Yeah.
Like I don't like his defensive problem. He didn't even need Wish from Chansey.
Yeah. He already had the Sylveon.
Chansey is literally just there to set rocks. That's all it's doing.
Yeah, but you have Nihilego,
And
which
you
is...
have Nihilego and
Lando T. Like, Lando T is the potential greatest Stealth Rocker of all time.
And you have a Chansey. Why?
I don't know.
Yeah. Like, yeah, I probably have this team a bit too low, but I think I'm at least slightly just.
That's okay. You definitely the two Chansey and Scrafty picks tank this. I gave it the preference because it has literally 3 of my favorite Pokemon of all time: Kartana, Latios, and Lander T. I kind of I trust those Pokemon in the sense that I know that they're gonna pull through always.
Oh, yeah, he's got a lot of mainstays like
Yeah.
the Lander T, Sylveon. Those are ones I trust a lot.
Yeah. So that's kind of why I give him like a little bit of a bump up.
Yeah.
Let's move on to number 6, and that's gonna be Hughes. With Jirachi, Gliscor, Mega Diancie, Keldeo, Decidueye, Salazzle, Hoopa Unbound, Dracozolt, Primarina, Porygon 2, and Vikavolt. I think I had this team a little bit lower than this. What about you?
I actually had a little bit higher. This
Okay.
is my number.
So let's see why. Tell me why you had this team higher than 6.
Well, this is the obligatory Cancer Seed draft,
Yes, I agree.
and I think it's incredibly good at being that. Like Jirachi, Gliscor, Salazzle, 2. Those
Yeah.
4 mods alone are just some of the most cancer in
Yep.
the format. They're crazy good.
Yeah.
He's got, and then like that's just his like cancer part. But then look at his offense with like Mega Diancie, Unbound,
Keldeo.
He's got Breakers, Ahoy. Yeah,
Yep.
Keldeo is cool. Although I don't think Keldeo it's a weird double one.
Yeah, it is weird. It's weird, but it got access
But
to Air
they
Slash
do-
to help it break
Yeah.
past some.
Oh yeah, Keldeo. I think Keldeo got buffed this gen for sure.
Yeah.
I like Keldeo.
And losing out on Hidden Power does suck for it, but
I
yeah.
mean, but the thing is, what Hidden Power wasn't running that often. Like it has Icy Wind, it has Air Slash.
You ever
Gonna run.
see me pull up and smack that Bulu with the HP poison? Yeah, that's the real heat.
Just run Poison Jab.
Nah,
Jeez.
that's it actually lives poison jab. I'm pretty sure it lived it, unless you're SD
Well, then
set.
just flinch with Air Slash.
See, now you can do that. That's what I'm saying. So now you can just flinch
Exactly,
things to
that's what
death.
I'm saying. It's not a
Yep.
big deal. I thought you were just yeah. That's it.
But I don't know. So the reason I had him a little bit lower is because I don't know. Honestly I
just like
find it hard to
he has-
explain. But I think
He has. Sorry.
I think the webs are gonna be. I think he's gonna be so. I think webs are gonna be so crucial for him, and he doesn't
I don't think
necessarily.
webs are mandatory because, as we said, he has the as well with Lazzle for speed, Jirachi, Scarf and stuff. Keldeo's a good Scarfer. Mega Diancie's fast, but he also does have webs, Unbound and Keldeo.
I think since Hoopa and Bound is gonna be really big for him, and for Hoopa and Bound to be.
Unbound and Dracozolt, I think are gonna be.
Yeah.
I think honestly, his success is gonna come down to how often it's.
Right. Yeah, it's gonna come down to hustle.
Yeah, it really is. Like.
Which is why I docked points, because I cannot stand hustle. That's one of my least favorite abilities.
I do. Oh God, no, dude! I literally consider hustle for Sinnoh.
Yeah.
But it is what makes Dracozolt so violent. So I give it a bit of credit.
I don't know. Hustle just that's not for me. I'll test my waters with running Focus Blast and Fire Blast and stuff like that. Hustle is just a straight no go. I've tried using Durant so many times because I like the concept of the Pokemon and
At
I
least
think it's
Durant
cool.
gets Home Claws.
But yeah,
No, you
Dracozolt,
don't
Hustle.
using the accuracy.
Yeah, I don't.
He gets Home Claws, you can still miss Stone Edge.
Yep. Stone Edge on that thing is like 60%. It's insane.
It's so bad.
It's
But like Rock box line is just you have to run Stone Edge.
Yeah, you do.
Don't draft around is the story here.
Pretty much. Stay away from hustle. That's the moral of my story. Stay away from hustle mons.
Yeah, but how many other viable hustle?
No, that's it. It's just these two.
Yeah. But yeah, I like the team. I think it'll be fine. I like Decidueye a lot. Like just a nice pivot with recovery with fog.
Mhm.
It'll give him like a slow U-turn and stuff like or Diancie.
Yeah.
And yeah, I just think he supported his team well. Gliscor's broken and getting it with really good.
Mhm.
Like no HP Ice, that thing is so hard to kill.
I think Hughes did a good job of finding value in the late round picks. Like Primarina, Porygon 2, Vikavolt are excellent end of the draft picks.
Yeah, he has some of the best like.
And I think that's really good because we saw with a lot of drafts before this that okay, they started off strong and then they kind of fell off.
And then they just threw away their last two picks.
Yeah, like the Chansey and Scrafty. But Hughes did a good job of staying, like just looking for value, with the last couple picks because that's where a lot of people, it seems, have struggled in this draft at least or in this season.
Pick 10 Porygon 2 though.
Yeah,
Jeez.
that is some ultimate value right there. Porygon 2 is like top 5 fat Pokemon.
Speaking of top 5, you want to move on to top 5?
Let's move on. Number 5, CMR, Zeraora, Mega Mawile, Necrozma, Kyurem, regular Kyurem, Heatran, Shaman, Crobat, Diggersby, Alamamola, Mienshao, and Persian, Alolan form. What you think?
I think we're talking about CMR too early. CMR is my number 1.
Okay. All right. Well, why? Why do you think so?
Well, so CMR's team actually reminds me of Jared in a lot of ways.
Okay.
Like it's got that like somewhat unorthodox defensive stuff going on. It's got a lot of offense,
Mm-hmm.
and just in general with like good speed balance, and just lots of breakers set up and stuff. It's got great rockers, obviously, with like Necrozma, Heatran. That's just 2 good rockers right there. You don't really
You don't need anything else, right?
Spikes Diggersby is awesome.
Spikes Diggersby. Yes.
Hey, huh? I don't want to hear it.
No, I'm being serious. I'm not even
Okay.
conning. Spikes Diggersby is fire.
I think Mienshao was a great fit as
Mhm.
rounds go. Like, I love that thing as momentum generator.
Yeah. Speaking of momentum, he has the Persian right there too with the U-turn and parting shot options depending on.
I mean,
How
that's
you
probably
wanna
my least favorite mod, in all honesty, but it definitely is still going to be valuable.
Yeah.
Honestly, I think for the first few picks, he literally just looked for what the hell got buffed the most.
Then potentially Zeraora is definitely up there because he got so many new moves. On the
Yeah,
physical
with
side.
like Aura Sphere, Play Rough.
Yep.
That
Psychic Fangs, I think.
No, there's no way. There's no way it got that.
I don't know. Yeah, maybe
I
you're
don't
right.
know. But it did have Zen Headbutt, I think. So.
Oh, there you go. Maybe it was that I'm confusing it with.
Well, it always had that, I thought.
Oh,
Anyways,
did it?
Mega Ball,
Okay.
I guess, got the least, but did get Mega Ball got Psychic Fangs.
Yeah. Okay. Maybe that's what I was thinking about.
But also just like less hidden power fire
Yep.
on that it didn't always before.
Kyurem got the Dragon Dance. Like, come on.
Kyurem got Dragon Dance, Ice Spear, and Freeze Drive.
Yep.
Freeze Drive plus Earth Power.
That's
4
it.
Pokemon in the game.
That's
Resist both.
Yeah. That's all you need.
You can run like sub Roost every game with
Yeah.
those 2.
Yep.
Or sub Toxic or Roost Toxic or whatever.
Whatever you want, and then just run Freeze Dry Earth Power, and that's kind of all you need.
There are 4 Pokemon that resist them. 2 of them are Rotom, and 1 of them is a Frostmoth. Okay?
Yeah. Yeah. That's like. But the reason I had him. Oh, go ahead.
Sorry. No, but like, he just has a bunch of broke things. He has more momentum than Jeremy, which is why I have him so much higher than Jeremy.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
With stuff like Zeraora and Crobat and Diggers,
Yeah.
and Shell and Persian.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I think I had him. I took away some points from him because I think his team is very ground weak. And outside of the Crobat and Shaman, you know, like he really is gonna struggle with that. And yeah, Shaman
I would say the Aloe is practically ground, in all honesty. At least for physical grounds.
For physical grounds, I'll agree with that. Alamamola, but
I will admit he will definitely have some trouble with Windows, but then he has like Crozma, which can be nice for them.
Mm-hmm.
And there's also like the potential like, Yellow something that can work.
It could, but I just thought because so many of his main offensive weapons like Zeraora, Mawile, Heatran are like ground weak, and he doesn't like. Yeah, Shaman is a solid switch in. Aloe is pretty much
It depends on the mod.
Yeah, of course it depends on the mon. I just think since so many like I think I don't know. I thought he was gonna struggle with this with ground types a lot more than I guess you did.
Yeah, I mean, it part of it depends on what ground type he's facing. I think most of it he has multiple answers to. I think it's only really the few special rounds that he'll issues with.
Yeah, for sure. Like it definitely the aloe is aloe is definitely one of the better bulky waters in my opinion. I really like it.
I appreciate because even though at first it really is not passive, and especially because you get the generator to get it hard switched out without losing its intricacy habit.
Right.
So it has a lot more sustain without having to waste turns.
Yeah, and even if you do want to waste the turns, you do have the wish protect on that thing.
Or just wish with her generator is crazy.
Yeah, that's just more than enough. Wish plus her generator is so good.
Tran alive.
Yep.
All while alive very well.
Keep the Necrozma, give that some sustain as well. Like I like that. If you don't want to be running the
like
Moonlight.
that way you don't have to click a turn.
Yeah.
Covering.
Yeah.
Or you could just bring it in safely on.
Yeah, exactly. The biggest thing is you're gonna bring in a lot of these threats safely. So I definitely like this draft a lot. Let's move on to unless there's anything else you wanted to say.
No, I think that's pretty much it.
Okay, so let's move on. Number 4, I got Cat. This is one of my favorite drafts, just because I like Rain. I like Lele. So he has a Dracovish, Ferrothorn, Tapu Lele, Pelipper, Mega Swampert, Halucha, Mimikyu, Buzzwole, Omastar, Morpeko, and Copperajah.
Maybe I just got tired of playing Rain so much. I'm not a huge fan of it. This team's still really good though. I had this a decent amount left though, at number 8.
Okay.
Like, I feel like I can just describe this team in like less than 10 words.
Yeah, you could.
It's Lele, Lucha, Dracovish, Rain.
Yeah.
There really isn't anything super unique about it. Kind of just feels everything you expect that to be.
Yeah, no, for sure. I just think every Rain got even better. I think with the addition of Dracovish.
Just better abusers in general.
Yeah.
Dracovish is definitely
And
probably the best new one.
Yeah, Dracovish without a doubt, and he has like some sleepers, like not Morpeko, but Omastar. Omastar can be great.
Morpeko's a sleeper, huh? I don't want to hear.
Morpeko's not a sleeper. Morpeko is just a god. It's not a sleeper. Everybody knows that mon is like some. That mon is some fire.
I just had to make sure you.
Hell no, Morpeko's one of my favorite. I think it's my favorite mon in Gen 8, probably.
I like Omastar, but I don't think it was the play for next train that on this team. I don't like it as much as.
I like it in the sense that because you're gonna be prepping for the physical Dracovish and the physical Swampert, and then now you get smacked by
but you could get like a King.
Yeah, you could get Kingdra for sure. Side. But I think the Omastar gives you the ability to also run the Shell Smash set if you don't want to run 100% Rain.
Yeah, Shell Smash is cool, and that's honestly the only thing it has. He doesn't need the hazards. He has a Ferrothorn.
Yeah, he doesn't need the hazards. That's for sure. It gets T-Spike, right? Doesn't it?
Yeah. Being a T-Spike, he's kind of a.
Yeah, I think T-Spike plus Ferrothorn is very annoying to deal with because he's constantly getting whittled down by the poison, by the Elite Seed.
I mean, to opposing T-Spikes, he has no poison type to auto-root them.
Yeah, and that's kind of the problem you run when you're running such an offensive build.
Yeah.
And he doesn't really have the best defogging option outside of like the Pelipper. Which Pelipper is fine, but I don't like Pelipper being your main defogger if you need the Rain up.
I appreciate that he got a different steel type with Copperajah and he drafted his only steel type because it's bad steel type. Mm-hmm. But I'm also not sure it's the best Rain mod. He says trouble with some mobs in Rain where they can't push them.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I like the Buzzwole pick because that helps deal with all the fat grasses that are gonna be trying to deal with the Dracovish, the Swampert. So I like that synergy.
This team is really good, but it really is just so straightforward.
It is very straightforward.
This was my benchmark when I was looking at teams. Mm-hmm. What I would do is I would just look, is this better than Lucha, Dracovish, Rain, or not?
And that was pretty much a lot of the time, my answer was no, because I thought the same thing. And I just think Dracovish is so. I knew Dracovish was gonna go round 1. I told Haz, and he's like, no, it's not gonna be that good. I knew it.
I knew it would go. I don't think it should go.
I think it should have too. Dracovish is so strong if you play it correctly. I think a well-played Dracovish.
I said this before. Sorry.
No, go ahead.
No, you finish. I said this before. He got his first picks in reverse order, I think.
He got what picks?
His first 3 picks are in reverse order.
I mean, okay, for sure.
How did he get round 3 lately?
Yeah, I don't know how he got round 3 lately. I think I think a lot of people probably just forgot that Lele was legal this time because 90% of draft leagues just banned it.
It was kind of announced on short notice
Yeah.
there, but it's also a Lele.
Yeah, it's a Lele.
It would have been noticed.
Yeah, anything with Tapu should have been noticed.
Yeah, except Feeny, come on.
Fuck Feeny. Fuck. Feeny went before this. Tapu Feeny went round 2, and this is round 3. Like, I don't.
Yeah, what? Wait, no, Diva took round 4, right? So this one went first.
I think, yeah, but I don't remember. But
yeah, it was round 4, Boo-Doo, so thank God.
Okay.
Imagine
Bula going before Lele. But yeah, I just really want to see banning more Pico, put in some work, and like.
I want to see any more Pico.
Yes, I just want more Pico. I need more Pico. That is it. That's why I had him so high, because Tapu Lele Lucha already broken. First, we didn't even talk about that. We didn't even talk about the pressure that Lele Lucha puts on.
Yeah, I barely said anything about Lele Lucha besides. But what is there to say? Everybody knows.
Everybody knows what it is, but I feel like we have to.
How did you get round 6? How it's amazing.
I don't know the value he got on these picks.
Like not just with all the trendsetters.
In general.
With a few better ones, but he got huge buffs.
Yeah,
like
close combat. Yep.
And Raybird too, dude.
Yeah.
Like you don't even have to run Unburden anymore.
Yeah, you could just run
like a mandatory ability.
Yeah, you could just run
Mold Breaker.
You can run Mold Breaker. You can even run Limber because people like T-waving your Lucha because that's a good way to deal with it.
Yeah, but
not if you're Limber.
You know, you want to run like unaware clip the Lucha. You just run a
Mold Breaker. Yep, smack it. Yep.
And now you just Oko with Raybird.
Yep.
And it's gone.
Smashed. But okay, I think we've said a lot about Cat's team. Let's move on to number 3 in the Spies, Free Spies, Mega Gallade, Torrentee, Rotom Wash, Volcarona, Tangrowth, Bronzong, Umbreon, Azumarill, Toxtricity, Donphan, and Porygon Z. What do you think?
I like this team. It was number 5 for me, because I think it's good.
Okay. Why is that? So I think I had him 3, or 2 or 3, something like that.
Yeah, I mean, it's got the buffed Mega Gallade now, with
Yep.
your focus being actually good. Torrentee is always broken.
Torrentee is going to be so stupidly good with heavy duty boots.
Rotom got buffed with a nasty plot.
Yep.
Really cool. Yeah, heavy duty boots Torn is crazy. Volcarona is
Yeah,
like,
both of them. Both Volc
like, no
and Torn.
Volcarona, no
Whatever.
It's a bit iffy.
It's a bit iffy. No Z, like Z Torn, yeah, you're going to miss that. But just boots on Torn.
Torn. It's Z Volcarona.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Now he has trouble breaking like Hex. Like he train walls just infinitely because he doesn't have any ground.
Yeah, yeah, that's true.
Like it has trouble with opposing fire types.
You know what would be really good on this team? If instead of Porygon Z for the last month, he picked up Trio.
You know what would be really good on this team, dude?
What?
You know what would be really good?
Yes.
If he had Ren. I think this looks like a Ring team without Ren.
I could definitely see that for sure. I mean,
I
yeah.
think he should consider getting Paul for this team.
Potentially, I definitely like that actually with the Toxtricity being able to spam, you know, Thunder as well. Azumarill in rain is ungodly.
Overdrive is like a really strong stun to be fair.
Oh yeah, that's also true.
I think with like Torrentee, Volcarona, even Tangrowth, like those,
Yeah.
Like I'd say maybe I don't know which water type you drop. I don't think you should triple. Probably the Rotom because he has Toxtricity on the electric side too.
Maybe. I'd probably
then that
drop
way-
the Porygon
Because
to
that
be
way
honest.
you can have like. You think triple water's okay?
I think it's okay. Yeah.
Because I'm just thinking like imagine like Bandit Azu.
Yeah, I would. Okay, I would never. I would not drop Azu, especially if you're trying to look at a
Yeah,
rain.
no.
Okay. Anyway, we
Yeah.
shouldn't be discussing what his team could be.
And Bronzong Rain is good. Yeah, but I wanted to say like
Yeah.
a top 5 team, and it looks like
Even better. Yeah.
Like this would probably be top 2 with a pop
Mhm.
at least.
And you already know he picked the 16-point Umbreon, so I had to give him some points for that. Umbreon, shoutouts.
He got it round 7.
He got it around 7. That is the best value. Well, actually, I don't know. Maybe Porygon 2.
I'd say round 8 Azu's more.
Yeah, round 8, Razu is also incredible. Both of
Round
those are
10
some...
Donphan is pretty good too.
Yeah, I like Donphan, and I think Donphan is like low-key underrated as an offensive mon.
I'm not huge on Donphan, but it fits his team really well.
Mhm.
Got wish support for it, so
Yep.
that's good. Also, I love Azu in general, just because he can run.
Yeah, Azu is just
Trap
Azu.
Yeah. I think we're running out of stuff to say here.
Okay.
Broken.
Yeah, it's just a whole bunch of really good Pokemon. Let's move on to...
Get Politoed.
Okay, let's move on to number 2. We got Cav with the Galarian Darmanitan, Megalopony, Toxapex, Scizor, Rotom-Mow, Crocodile, Latias, Galarian Corsola, Arcanine, Salamence, and Hatterene. What you think? What you think?
He had a Darmanitan, Galar, and a Caesar. Is there any way this wasn't a top 15 ever?
Yep.
Like, this was my number. It's
Okay.
crazy. Like, everybody knows Galar is crazy.
It's so stupid. I still hate this Pokemon. I hate that it exists.
He got one of, and he got Hex, which is one of the good answers.
Yep.
That's not even an option. Scissor is stupid with no hidden power fire.
Yep.
Like, that mon is just crazy. Megalopony, I think round 2, I'm not sure if it would have gone early, but I think it's good enough to be a round 2 mon, so I'm happy with that.
I think, I didn't have him 2. I had him a little bit lower, just because Lopunny lost Return and Frustration, and I think
but
that's gonna be huge. Like, yeah, it has other options.
People don't like brainless. Like, I'm sorry people like to run brainless sets, but bro, just run your Retaliate last sword.
Yeah, no, it definitely has other options. I just think as a staple,
them a lot of the time.
Yeah, for sure.
Megalopony for a long time was probably my most mega, so I don't think it's going to have many issues.
Okay. Yeah, I guess so. But I really like the Latias. I really like the Corsola. Corsola is
Latias good.
He literally drafted Galarian Darmanitan in all its counters. That's what this team is.
He got 2 really good turn users with Rotom-Mow and Scissor, and he got like just a bunch of monsters with Galar, Megalopony, Crocodile, and I don't like Galar Corsola that much because it kind of has the problem. I don't think it's as bad as Chansey, but it has its issues.
I actually disagree. I think Corsola, and I honestly started off this gen hating it. I was like, if I see this mon in OU one more time, I'm gonna get mad because it's trash. But the more I use it, the more I realize it's actually stupidly bulky, and with the strength set, it has incredible sustain.
Chansey, I'd say my only issue is Chansey. It's just it is abusable. It's
abusable, but at the same time, Corsola is one of those mons because of the Will-O-Wisp and the strength set. You can't set up on it as freely as you can set up on the Chansey.
It's definitely better than Chansey. Don't let me not say that. Okay. Also, I think Arcanine is really good.
Yeah.
With heavy duty. I think it's
amazing.
It's got a Wrap 9, which I think is
insane. I think Arcanine right now in the Ubers tier is probably the second best Pokemon. That's how good. Granted, the reason it's that good is because
one of the only Zacian answers.
Zacian answers, and the biggest thing, at least in this format, is that it's the Darmanitan answer, and he has it on his own team, and that's just automatically removing one of the best answers.
Another one of the only good Darmanitan.
Exactly. So with the Corsola, Arcanine, Toxapex, and Scizor, he already has 4, potentially the best 5 or 6 Galarian Darm answers.
His Volturn is the Darm, Rotom, which means that if you're afraid of Darm and you switch out because you need a Pokemon,
smashed
and wins.
Yep.
And he took Scissor, which is one of the best monsters, like Zenmo, Darn.
Yep.
The high power bullet punchers, so that's not a thing. I think Mence is actually really cool. I wasn't sure how I thought about it first, but I think Mence is like a Pokemon this gen.
Yeah, I like Mence in here. And then I like the Hatterene too if you really want to run like a Trick Room.
I don't even think it's for the Trick Room. I like Magic Bounce just to deter.
Yeah, Magic Bounce obviously is always great. Like, that's definitely his biggest selling point.
His removal,
it's decent with the Scizor, with the Rotom and Latias. It's fine.
And the Mence too.
Yeah, I guess potentially the Mence, although
I think Mence is cool now as a root with boots. It's got a good defensive typing.
Yeah, it does, especially with HP Ice being nuked.
Yeah, with HP Ice gone, you know what to kill.
Yeah. Okay, so let's move on to the number 1 spot, and that's LKR Moose, Dragapult, Infernape, Gardevoir, Mega, Mandibuzz, Nidoqueen, Serena, Milotic, Mamoswine, Raikou, Crawdon, and Klefki. Now, where did you have this team? Because I had him number 1.
I had him number 2, so close enough for me.
So who did you have number 1?
I told you I had CMR number 1.
Oh, right, you had CMR. Okay, so yeah, I have Moose. My first thought when I looked at this team, I said, this is just a very well-built UU team with a Dragapult on it. And I think that's really good because you look at this this is just all of the best mons from Gen 7 UU and Dragapult, which is probably the best Pokemon in OU right now.
Yeah, I mean, it's just got a lot of good staples. It's there's no drop-off.
Yeah. There's
no
not.
real point where I say, yeah, he started drafting worse mons now because the Pokemon were getting tighter.
Yep. Because you get
Like
Klefki, Crawdon, Raikou, Mamoswine to round up your draft. Like that's the end.
It's like tier 2 or higher on this team.
Yeah.
Which is just crazy.
Yep. Every single mon. Like Dragapult on its own is so good.
Dragapult is so cool, dude. Like
Dragapult is
I
so
really
good.
want to draft that thing. It's so versatile.
Mm-hmm.
Like,
It
you
can
can go
run.
special, you can go physical, choice, you can go the attacks or whatever.
You can
go,
run pretty
you
much
can run
anything.
Sub-disable,
Yeah,
run
sub hex or disable wisp.
Sub-disable, sub-wisp.
Like what kind of ungodly Pokemon with incredible
Also,
coverage.
Are broken. Like you can get
All of its
Shredder,
abilities, yes, all of its abilities are broken.
Clear bodies, so that
No webs.
webs. Even cursed bodies, so you could run sub-glancer.
Yep. And you have Infiltrator, so you can smash other sub
Yeah, I
mons.
mentioned, like, yeah, you don't give a shit about sub. With
Yeah.
Infiltrator.
Like
Like,
it's
that's like the only reason your team was viable. Now put them on broken.
yep.
Uh,
That's why I had
like,
him this high.
ridiculous. Like it's got like Zero Order. I think it's faster than Zero Order actually.
I don't
Or is
remember.
it the same? I don't remember.
But do you know how much their aura hits? Because I think Dragon Ball hits 421 at 100 at base.
Oh no, it's 1 point below. It's one below.
Okay.
It's 142 versus 1.
Okay. I mean that's fine.
But that's still really good. Like
Yeah,
that's outspeeding like 140, which is crazy.
Yeah. It's ridiculous. The speed tier is absolutely nuts. And on top of that, it's still a viable Scarfer because it's strong enough to actually be used as a viable Scarfer.
Yeah, like it's strong enough. It's got a move out the wazoo. Like its coverage on the special side is insane.
Yep.
It's got like Flamethrower, Thunderbolt, obviously Shadow Ball, Draco, turn.
That's all you need. Like it has. It's
Yeah, like with like that's just so good.
So.
And we haven't even gotten to the rest of the team.
Yeah.
Turn. Like Infernape was stupid, and I love that pairing with Dragapult. Like, yeah.
Yeah, like because both of them get they're both very good mixed attacking possibilities.
And there really isn't anything that beats them.
Yeah.
Mega Guard is a good abuser of all this turn going. And it just breaks again. Mandibuzz.
Mandibuzz,
and
Milotic.
In my opinion.
Mandibuzz plus Milotic is such a good defensive core.
I don't
think.
even need to talk about Milotic. Just Mandibuzz.
Yeah.
Such an amazing.
Mandibuzz on its own is great. Mandibuzz also is one of the best
Like,
counters to Dragapult.
If you look, he only has 3 removers on his team, but one of them's a Mandibuzz.
Yeah,
cares?
that's it. And one of them's a Klefki that can defog on literally anything.
And he even has Spin to go with his Nidoqueen.
Yep.
Freaking Hazard stack. Like, I love Nidoqueen. I think it's great on this team.
Yeah.
Like, fairies, which are some of the things that can check Dragapult.
And it also gets rid of It also gets rid of T-Spike for something like the Milotic that wants to come in.
Or
for
like Mega Guard doesn't care.
Yep.
Dragapult doesn't care about getting chipped and stuff. And it's just an amazing rocker. So like, even though that Memo and it's running, there's only rockers, he doesn't care.
It doesn't matter. Yeah.
Like, that's the thing. He has, like, he doesn't need very many mons still, because he got mons that are still good at doing it.
Yeah. No, I'm telling you, if you get rid of the Dragapult, I could pick any of these 6 Pokemon out of the next 10 and just put them on a team, take it to Gen 7 UU, and like win games.
I bet.
Because he just has a whole bunch of very, very solid Pokemon.
Yeah, he got Mamoswine, which is just obviously a very Pokemon in general.
Mm-hmm.
And it's a decent check to a lot of annoying Pokemon.
Right.
It's also a decent check to Dragapult with Ice Shards.
Yeah, he got rid of one of those too.
Cannot beat him.
Yep. Yet another case of eliminating your own counters, and I think that's a very good strategy.
Raikou got nerfed, but it's still pretty good.
It's still very good, yeah.
For his team. Like, that 115 is good.
Mm-hmm. And Crawdon is amazing.
Yeah, with all this full turn, with like Raikou and Serena, even Mandibuzz featured, so Crawdon is just coming in and claiming every time.
Comes in, hits something with a banded knockoff or a banded crab hammer, and it's just dead.
And then, is he having 2 triple? Just set up Stream Clef or Spike Stack with Clef, because he can Hazard Stack. And he has Serena to spin, so he doesn't care. He has Dragapult to spin block.
Yep. Like I said,
like, I have a lot to say about this.
I really like it, and I think it's all very well balanced, very well, fit together. It's gonna be difficult to prep for, I think, just with the versatility of his best mons, like Dragapult and Infernape.
What do you do again?
Yeah, like Nidoqueen even could be an offensive set. It could be bulky. Like you don't know at preview what's gonna do what.
Like, so many threads.
Yep.
Fast, offensive.
And he has pretty solid speed tiers too, even with the ridiculous even except for like the Dragapult.
But
even
like,
following
he still
that.
has 115 on that, which is still a really good tier day.
Yep. So there you go. That's what I think. I think this will That's why I had him number 1.
Yeah, I can definitely see it. There's a lot to say, and I can't really describe why I like it. But, you know, who cares? It's the lobster or the fillet. Yes.
Yep. Alright, so I hope you guys enjoyed. I hope you actually sat and like listened to me. How long has it been? Like 2 hours, maybe? Something like that.
I apologize for my tormented eardrums for this long.
Okay. Alright, Killer. That was unnecessary, but I don't know. I already know everybody's gonna go skip forward to their own draft page and then dip, but that's fine.
And no, they're not gonna dip. They're gonna leave angry comments about where.
Oh yeah. Then they're gonna leave angry comments, and be like, "Oh, why was I number 8 or whatever?"
Then they're gonna dip.
Then they're gonna dip. Yep, that's for sure. But anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed.
Somehow still listening to us, we love you.
Yes, that's true. I appreciate anybody that actually stuck around for this long. Haz is probably gonna be the only one that listens to the entire thing.
If I have enough time, I might listen to talk because I am that technical.
Okay. All right. But if somehow you manage to watch this video and you're not already part of the league or part of the server as a spectator or something like that, then there will be a link to the DGBA Discord server in the description below, and links to my own YouTube channel, my own Twitch stuff, all that kind of plugging.
He means click on them.
Click on the links. Click and then subscribe to this channel, because we're gonna have more power rankings come out. We're gonna have more mid-season content. Hopefully, I don't know. I feel like I say this every season and nothing happens, but whatever. Yeah.
Don't worry, I'll stop you from joining again.
I did not John. I had a good reason to be joining.
Okay.
Okay. Anyway, I'll see y'all next time. Goodbye.